There's gotta be some fury. Which one's your first one? Shot. Bud 101, blessings, items, consumables. What? What's going on? Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I got no drop frames at all, so. Okay, so Bud 101, Blessings 101, items and consumables. Yes, all those are important. Hey, let's see. The grand access plus 2 million. More 2 for the straight. Making it longer, not shorter, Garwar, but look, it's cleaner. Friends, more fish for you, more friends to have the tails. Get the tails. I'm doing the campaign, but it's not. I know my campaign's actually banned on this side. So I don't know if I doing a basic adventure for them. Tails, that's not fair. Do I into that out individual? 3 variants for each, but they're not what you need to focus on right now. Leave them for later. Just get yourself some structure. Even without any items, these champs are going to be short of power progression. Okay. Strong heart, special items, push as far as you can. Do the top row with as much favor as possible. I did deep favor runs on every. Oh, I can it's possible. Because the first champ we want from the second row has a rough boss, yes. These odd Thursdays without Devon sides feel weird. Time for Hank. You want him from the second row ASAP because he can give you extra time GPs, which are great available to you in the game as boss. Mechanic is rough, and you'll need a well-timed stun from Strongheart's ultimate. Along with a lot of luck to beat it. Once you have, grab Cass and do Gravenguard next, as Cass is becoming your best friend in the DPS role. Cass combined with Duke and Strongheart from a powerful combo I call the Unholy Trinities. They feed each other with power. Use that power to grab Havlar and Spurt in whatever order you want. All these two Stronghearts and Interim is the best option in favor from first 2 rows if you want to get more Divine Blessings. Grab this time to go to Waterdeep, and that's Hank's guide and then the free-to-play walkthrough we're doing right now. Videos. Events and natural time guides. No dev insights today, T-Pip Cats, yeah. Wasn't on the schedule. Yeah. I'm just taking out these quotes. Once a month. It's different. Every event is different. Opinions. Oh, here's where the percentage thing was. Oh, right. No, I put that in. I did that. I did that. Jesus, Garwart. Event planning guide. All right. Justin is busy I like this typo. Busy practicing on his rubric cube, which I really like that typo. Actually, it worked. On the Twitch schedule an hour or so ago? Really? Oh, the Twitch schedule. No. The ones posted in the Discord is the only accurate one. The Twitch schedule may never get updated. It can always be bad. They post in the Discord announcements channel every week on what the upcoming week, usually Monday or Tuesday, for what the upcoming week's schedule is going to be, and that's the one that's active or that works. It's accurate. If I swap Belushi out while she's dead, I just get to keep her buff, right? I don't know. I don't min-max Belushi that way, but... Are you going into the wording to get a few characters out, or is this the first pass to remove chunks? This is kind of the first pass to see what is easy trimming. Easy trimming. But I've also added some characters, but it's, it's a clarity pass. It's kind of the first pass. Easy trims, also easy clarifications, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't even update my Twitch schedule as often as I should. All these ways to get champions. Which one should you choose? This early in the game, your focus should be making sure you have... Time gates, speed champions, gold farming. Okay. Okay. How do I feel about the Dinar update? I think it's strong. I think it's strong. I think it's not obvious that it's strong. So a lot of people will be like, they'll look at Dinar's buff and they'll be like, but Dinar's power is in that extra stack he adds to other champions, stacking abilities. And there are places where that can be incredibly strong. Incredibly strong. Okay, both access to patrons and access to... Apparently... Access to patrons first off, second time. Inputs with the party. Okay. Progression. Okay. So far, I'm not seeing a whole lot that I want to trim. Obviously, I'm gonna have to. Delcoon, the music is playing currently. It is already playing. Yeah. I mean, I could read along as I'm reading. But the only way this is gonna go faster. Yeah, so here's the thing. Like, some people hear music and some people don't. And I don't know what the problem is, but it's a Twitch thing. Because I have absolutely gone to streams myself and had the stream volume up loud and not heard anything but people are talking about songs and streamers moving along. I don't know what the problem is. Don't know what Twitch's problem is. So it's not a personal problem for anyone. It's a Twitch problem. It's soft right now. Yeah, it's supposed to be soft. It's supposed to be fairly low. I could turn it up, but then it's a problem. Like, it's just supposed to, you know. I had it at minus 6.9 decibels. Let me move it up a little. There. I don't know that that's going to change anything. I moved it up a good chunk. Okay. Time to head back to the Sword Coast. Defavorment, Beast Intentions. Darn. PC version of transmission. Yeah. I'm going to have to find this somewhere else. Oh, here's something. Nice. Yeah, it's just the instrumental music. That's the most I can do with it right now. Putting it up a notch in game is challenging. They designed their jukebox and it, like the audio in their jukebox, in a way that just doesn't seem to work with my computer. Don't. I have this this is where the audio, hold on. Here's the audio setting I have in game. It's literally just one tick above muted. Because otherwise it blows everyone's eardrums out. Yeah. Frustrating. Leandris, what's the American name for a profession of carrying heavy stuff around? It's either movers or like shipping companies, but yeah, I mean, you have movers that work for shipping companies. Yeah, between Mars' room and a truck, yeah. Between a warehouse and a mover. Well, between a warehouse and a ship is like dock workers. Potentially. It depends. Like that's a different thing than between Mars' room and a truck. If someone's moving their personal stuff, you can hire movers to come in and pack things up and carry it into a truck and then unload it at the other. Well, usually you pack things up. They carry the boxes to the truck, load it into a truck, drive it to wherever you're going, and then unload it into your new place. That's a mover. But between a warehouse and a ship, it differs depending on where in the progress between the warehouse and the ship it is. If it's a warehouse at docks and the ship is just pulling up, then that's either dock workers or longshoremen, something like that. There's a whole union. There's a labor union revolving around that. But otherwise, you could have, other people in between as well, if the warehouse is further away. Oh, there's a update. Added functionality for the remaining February updates. Okay, that's probably the challenge week. Fix Spectre of Death variant not recognizing when a champion became undead because of an ability. Fix Sergeant Noxus for the greater good spec to give the undead tag to Makos instead of Sergeant Nox. So that's funny. That's funny. Fix Jing Sal's Star Collector for offline progress again. Fixed a bug which caused particle settings to be ignored. Interesting. And a hot fix. Fixed Mahen having a really great day as well as other stacking abilities that weren't counting properly. Okay, so the stacking stuff for Mahen, like there were some that weren't working in the best way, and now apparently they're working in the best way. I see it just pushed out to Steam. I don't know where else it's going. What are we at for gems? 18,000 times. Time to hit the notary button again. 25 gold chests, please. What feat did I get? Bobby. We got Bobby. Got a Bobby feat. Slow and steady progress, folks. That's the way it works. It's available on Epic too. Cool. All right. Back to this. Efficient use of those as well. Okay. Work towards 3. Yeah, okay. Because we just did this part. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to open up the trials guide. And I'm going to see if I talk about the solo thing in the trials guide. I don't know if I do. Yeah, so I've got to leave it there. Okay. 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 All right. How's the tier 4 attempts going this event so far? I haven't been trying to do a bunch of them yet. We did tier 4 variant 1 for Kyre. We haven't attempted it for Dinar because Dinar's in the tanking position. We did it for Karlach, and we haven't attempted it yet for Human because Human's in the tanking position. However, we did just get Human's misdirection feat. So we will go back next week and attempt tier 4 stuff again. Yeah, that's a lot of fixes for Dinar. It sounds good. So when it says fixed Dinar contributing stacks to Elric stack and many things, what does it mean? Does it mean it now counts 100% extra, or does it mean it doesn't apply at all? It would be nice if they clarified, wouldn't it? Yeah, high explosives. I think I've got the power. I was worried about it, so we didn't try it. I just figured we'd wait until next week. This goes up. Didn't remove this part. Did I remove it up here? Yes, I did. Okay. Okay. 1,788 characters still need to be removed. Maxie said, mixed feelings about the new early game. You have so much power early, you kind of want to do things that are supposed to be out of reach. I mean, that's what's been changed. I've sent people to places that would normally have been out of reach. But if you're not reading this guide, then yeah, you just get lost. I feel like absolutely lost. I mean, I felt overwhelmed and lost as an experienced player trying to play this account, this recent run. So, because it was so vastly different from what we would have done before. Mostly thinking of higher tiers in the event. I mean, people will try them, yeah. I mean, you can definitely... I mean, our very first event, we completed tier 2. Which didn't used to be the case. As a guarantee. J-Dog. Maybe we should establish an adopt a newbie program where us old timers walk new players through the early game on a one-on-one basis. Good luck with that. Here's what I need to do. I need to look at Reddit's new formatting. Let's see if these forced spaces are even required anymore. They used to be. Let's see if they still are. Some places, yes. Okay. Some places, yes. So this, it can go away here. To kind of stay here, but it could go away here and here. I just put... Yeah, it's right up against the pound sign. Okay. 1,500 characters. Well, I don't have an event guide. Okay. So we're crossing lots of guides. The event guide is a specific guide that's different from... let's pull up Grand Rebel 2026. There's a guide to event planning, which I'm gonna have to review. We didn't review that one yet. Just because it's not considered a 101 guide, so we didn't hit that one yet. We got token comments. We got comment on how to unlock champions. Favor. I'm gonna have to change this. Oh, damn it. Okay. Yeah, so the general event guide doesn't go into completing tiers. It doesn't really talk about that. Let me look at event planning. No, we don't really talk about that either. So it's in the specific champion guides that there's some information on tiers, but not a lot. Yeah. Yeah. No spaces alternate between all caps and all lowercase. No. Well, so I tried a relative difficulty scale for the event tiers, but then the entire game got like early game got shaken and resettled with everything that happened, and I think some of the champion guides might have it and some don't. I've got to update all the champion guides. So Removing spaces after commas? No, there's always a space after a comma. Always. And a period. Always. That's not a thing. You don't not put spaces after commas and periods. That's not a thing. You don't do that ever. You don't remove those spaces ever. Punctuation, correct punctuation is important, just like correct grammar. I don't have any, dang it. There shouldn't be any double spaces after periods in here. How many characters do I need to get rid of? 1,514. There's going to be some major cuts here. That's why I paused, because I'm contemplating what has to happen. We did the easy stuff. We did the easy stuff. Like I'm literally tempted to just remove a whole milestone and stuff. Like this full epic is mid-game strat. Like if I took this out. No, hold on. Up to here. Yeah, we'd be fine. We'd be entirely fine. Put it in a PDF and link it. No, I think we've had this discussion. I don't even know that people are going to click on the links that I put in here and told them to click on. But when you just make something a link in a post, people, like most people just go, oh, never mind. They just don't want to click the link.
Job's done.
No, 10 miles. I've got too much to change. I'm considering just chunking this whole section. It'd be fine. Emons, I think Reddit is 40,000. Well, I don't know. The only numbers I know is it's 40,000, and I don't know if it's before or after processing. I can try and post it and see what happens. So we'll see. No, I will not do a part 1 and a part 2, like a new player reference part 1 and part 2. No. We're just doing one. Stagent, with my last slot in the event, should I try to full purple Calyx, Humon, Paulton, or Presto? So here's the thing, like, if you have enough tokens to full epic someone, I mean, you know, pick your poison. It shouldn't be Paulton or Presto, in my opinion. So it's either Calyx or Humon. The thing about Humon, though, is you really just need their slot 4 epic. The rest is, oh yeah, you just need the speed item, because they're not a support champion that they're usually not used in actual pushing formations. So, you know, Calyx could go in an actual pushing formation, so would be stronger with full purple. You didn't get an ad? Good. Because I don't want to say that again. I don't want it. All right, let me go test. We'll see. It gives me too many characters. Play it. Not yet posted. Okay. So it's... Wait, no it didn't. No it didn't. It did not. It acted like it did, but it didn't. Yeah, it's not working. It's too long. It completes the save as if it was, but it's not actually doing it. Okay, so this whole section is going away. I will save it over here. don't know, I'm going to put it at the top because it's actually useful. Sure that that's garbage. That's a garbage line. Okay. There we go. Now it's updated correctly. So yeah, it's got to be for less than 14,000 or for less than 40,000 before any markdown. Okay, let me video through here. Let's go to the right place. Once. I love that the thumbnail image for the 2025 and 6 free-to-play video walkthrough is Placid Plastic Dogs. I love it so much. Yep, okay. Here you go. For anybody who doesn't have the link, there's the link. The preview image is not the right one, but that's okay. Okay, I am... I'll leave that for a hot second. Okay. Okay. Close that for now. Could I switch some words to scientific notation shorten? I mean, that's fine, Maxi, but I would have rather had the epic section in there, but oh well. Yeah. Oh well. Where are we at on gems? Almost up to another notary pop. Almost. All right, so next up on the list to do of things to do was, well, definitely need to add. Next up was in the list was supposed to be the split the party one. Sounds like a shorter edit, so might as well. Maybe we'll try to do that. God, so many edit marks. Harlock likes spurt and you constantly hit her ultimate. Yes. F-Vexel's like no, but I mean once you're all the way towards like you're getting close to your wall, then you basically are using like it's gonna be her ultimate that gets you past the bosses more often than not. Yeah. So once you get close to your wall, yes, you park a familiar on it and it coming back around again maybe what's gonna keep you going. But that's the same. That's the same as Spurt, to be honest, though, Fbexel, because if you don't need the Bud, you don't have to kill Spurt either. He's not stacking up his deaths, right? So I think he's like Spurt, but it's not constantly hit. It's just to progress. You're gonna need that ultimate going. You're gonna need that ultimate going. He does. Spurt does look cool and dead. Whereas Starlark looks like she's inside a flaming onion from the Outback Steakhouse. Access the invention. Invention multi-party button. The inventory parts button. That's correct, right? Oh, yeah, it's right there. It's the one that looks like 3 bowling pins. Let's have multiple instructions for you to run. Okay. Well, that's presuming you're using Astarion with Maxi. That isn't always the case. There's lots of ways to reduce ultimate cooldown timers. So we just talk about Karlach on our own, and if you have other champions, then you know how they interact with them, hopefully. Okay. I made the only change that I think matters, which is making sure people know how to access Split the Party. That's what people asked for. I don't think it matters. Beyond that, I don't think any other changes really matter. Let's say updated, and we're gonna yeah, there wasn't. I don't think there's anything else that needs to be done there. To trim down all the edit notes, because that gets to be obnoxious. Okay, perfect. Okay, Split the Party's done. Remove that. Now, the bigger review is the event planning one. Gift Carlock enough gear. She deserves it. Well, she does need. That's the one place you do need item levels. Like an epic and item levels is her ultimate cooldown item. It's her most important item. Truly her most important item. And once you have it capped, with an epic and the item levels are capped, you can stop. You can just stop putting stuff on her. Other people should become your priority then. All right, are we at 12.5? We did. We passed it. Notary. Notary. What feet did we get? Something for Jarlax. I don't care. You know, on this. Or is it on my chest? I don't know. Was it on this or not? Interface, Alright, okay. Get rid of that on this one. Because I really want to see the feeds. That's all I care about. I just care about feeds. Alright. Yeah, I bet. Like, the new Dinar makes so many champions more viable. We should probably pay attention to, like, gems per hour, huh? Let's do this. Let's zero out. Functionally. Any feats? Show me your feats. No. Not gonna get a feat this way. Fine, it's functionally 0. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. We roughly got to 0. We're going to see what we get in the next hour. Ish. All right. And this isn't, I mean, you know, we've got scavengers in here too, so we're not even, well, with Human, we're pretty much as efficient as we can be because we're 1 kill clearing. Up to 48,000 out of 84,000. 17,000 out of 66,000. And 271,000 out of 338,000. I wonder what Darthian Enclave look like. Oh, Jesus. Oh, double froggies. What does it mean? What does it mean? Love it. Love it. Love it. Where are those going? So Kazran has one. Oh, Tess needs one. King of Shadows has one. Anson needs one. There we go. Good. What about Belushi? She's not in my pushing team. She doesn't get anything. She doesn't get anything. I just, after that Twitch schedule conversation, I just remembered I need to go change my Twitch schedule. I need to change my Twitch schedule because we're not doing Cult of the Lamb on Fridays anymore. We finished everything. Just making a generic Garwar plays. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. What I've learned is it's possible to start the game again from the beginning. Yes, but you're losing your progress and not gaining anything. Like, there's nothing that you'd improve about your account by resetting it. There isn't a mechanic like that for the game. And there isn't it isn't like some games where you could invest poorly in your progress and it could harm you irreparably. Like, there are games like that. Idle Champions is not like that. You'd be, if you just felt like you had invested into the wrong champions, then just keep playing the game and start investing into the ones that are right, and that's better than starting over. So some of us start new accounts just for the fun of it. Some of us start new accounts like this for updating guides. I'm going to have a subathon goal in March where you can reset my main account progress if we hit the sub goal. Not because it would gain me anything, but because, hey, that's a significant goal to put as a top level sub goal, to try to get people to gift subs, to subscribe and gift subs to others. So there really isn't there's really no real gain out of it for regular players. Just want to enjoy it all over again. You could do that by starting a new account somewhere else, or you can. I mean, you can submit a ticket and ask them to restart it. If you've spent any money on the game, you will be credited with what you spent. So you're not necessarily starting from scratch per se, but you're also not losing your investment. Right? The tutorial is not enjoyable. Fortunately, it's just one adventure now. It used to be an A/B test, and you either got one adventure and got dumped in the campaign, or you had one adventure and a variant to that adventure and then went to the campaign. But now now they finally took out the A/B test and just left it doing the tutorial as one adventure. But thanks. Time gate pieces can be wasted, but not in a way that really harms you long term. Yeah. Again, nothing that you could do would be irreparably damaged on an account. You can make lots of bad progress, but it's still going to be better for you to just keep playing the game. If you've been playing for months, would it be stronger at this point knowing what When you say at this point, like, you mean X number of months in? Yeah. Sure. But you're then spending that number of months, and you would have if you spend that on your current account, you'd be massively stronger than whatever you would reach starting over. This is what I'm trying to point out. Like, you can do whatever you want. But you're spending time to do that, right? That could have just been spent maximizing your current account. Because you're not actually hopping in a time machine and going back in time. Right? They're tier 4 and 2 events? I don't understand. I thought I went pretty quick, and we definitely did not do that. I thought I've been. I feel like I've been pretty efficient, and I don't see how that works. Oh, just 24/7. Oh, that's right. 24/7 farming. Yeah, that is different. Yeah. I just feel that isn't representative of most players. You know what I mean? I don't even think that what I do is representative of most players, but I'm still trying to limit it, right? Just knowing who the really good pre-stackers and general buffers are is a massive leg up. Sure. I mean, I feel like we built a pretty strong team. I think if I were to start again, I'd just aim for the fallbacks, right? Instead of starting to build a car. Actually, if I were to start again, I mean, I guess this is something that I might have to do soon. Do I just go cast? Because Tails gives them to you. It's a very good question. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out if people hit the sub goal. I was even thinking about, like, if people hit the sub goal, like there's a list. You get to 1,000. There's a, like, we've currently parked at 1,000 to reset my main account. People get there. I think I need to make a second list with something at 2,000. But the question I think we were talking about yesterday was having that be, get 9 jump Briv again. But is that the real target, or would a better target be? Or maybe it's then an additional third target would be 100% the game. I think you do 100% the game after a Briv 9 jump Briv target, right? No, that's not going to be a thing. That's not going to be a thing. I would just I would stop playing the game. If someone was like, make it Xander main now. Evil Emperor Zerg is 15 steps across the quad. Nice. Making that run. No, I'm not doing any reset the game and become this main. I'm not doing that. I was thinking about maybe some of the extra, like, certain sub tier goals are like maybe playing as a certain, pick up a certain champ and try to build a formation around them as you're going and that kind of stuff. But that would be a different. That would be after a reset, different subathon goals, probably. Artemis main's never going to happen, like, as an overall account push. It's just it's problematic. Here's the thing, I don't want to do things that would lead new players astray when they're watching us, like watching these streams. And so some of those things, you guys can have fun with that, but they're not valid. Like, no, they're valid ways to play the game, but they're not valid ways to demonstrate and teach the game to other people, in my opinion. I don't feel like they're traps, right? Like an Artemis main would be a trap. It's something you can do, like, to start that way. Easily something you could do in the late game, but oh, Stretch and heal, hydrate. Night Shevik. Hey, Monkey House. Well, Maxi Kubert, that's what I was just saying is the next account might be Lee, you put a link in. You can't do that without being a VIP. The next account might just be the best way to, like, if I were to restart the account, starting off as a cast main because they give it to you might be a good idea. Here's the problem. I don't even know what champions I would have. I would have a lot of champions in an account restart because you keep what you paid for. And I bought a lot of skin packs over the years. Yeah, I don't know. Lee said 100% completion according to the collection screen, excluding premium content, and submit your time to speedrun.com. Because then it's just going to be, people are going to go out and just be like, well, I did it faster than Garl. And I'm going to be like, I don't care. My house just got back from vacation. I hope it was good. Found out exactly how garbage the offline gem generation was. It's real bad, yeah? Yeah, it is. It absolutely is, yeah. Bexel says, cast team is nearly as powerful as my Legoed up Kazrin formation on the new account. It's disgusting how well he scales. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking, like, it would just make a good thing. You know, the downside is he needs to be in from area 1, so you're losing a Shandy, which isn't, or a Lark, which isn't the worst thing in the world nowadays, but yeah. You should be able to post again, Lee. But yeah, without the VIP, it doesn't work. Night Dance Lover, thanks for hanging out. Well, you don't get the legendary speed potion right away, though. Once you do, then you're fine. Yeah, it changes the way you play the game once you get it. Okay. Let's open the new player, or the event planning guide. Oh, I forgot I roleplayed this one. I love it. Sometimes I start like this guy and I just decided, you know what? I'm not going to start this like all the others. I'm going to roleplay it as if I'm actually sitting there talking to people. Like people are watching a TV show or something. All right, yeah. I feel like we're gonna have to change a lot here, though. 25 seconds. Okay. A chance to unlock up to 6 champions tonight. 15 future champions. Event DLC. If paid support is an extra boost. No. Complete tier 2 of events if they know what to do. During. I know what to do. We'll just leave it as a notes. For guide to that specific event, for guide to the specific event review when it comes out, don't hesitate to ask questions. Yeah, okay. That isn't the basics. We need to add more basics. Oh boy. Okay, so let me open back up. Templates and template. Oh, I did not. No, never mind. Doesn't have what I want to say in it. Dialogues are redundant as they're lightning fast. I don't know which ones you're talking about, but I can guess it's the level up dialogue. I'm going to go on a limb and say it's the level up dialogues that pop up when you're upgrading your champions. There is a way to remove those. I think it's under interface or not. Show upgrade notifications. Just uncheck that box. Uncheck that box. And get rid of those. Yeah, you need to uncheck that box. Oh, you're talking about the cinematics. This cinematic speed is controlled from the general thing. You can have it manual, slow, slower, normal, faster, fastest, or you can just make it instant, which means it never shows up at all. So yeah, that's the story of the game. If you don't care about the story of the game, you can just make it go away. Or not, you don't care. If it's just, if you want to just go through quickly through the first fair, quicker through that, you can do it. You can always read it in the journal. And again, I just oh, you can't see it. It's in the settings. Settings is the hamburger button up here at the top left. Main menu, settings, right there in general, all the way over here. Forgot I had the guide thing up. Just to instant. That's why it never shows up on mine. Okay, I think I changed that again. Change that what I want. But yeah, you can change the way it, like, you can speed through it. Instead of having it auto controlled, you can put it on manual and then just hit your spacebar to click through, or your mouse to click through, or you can have it on, you know, something that goes a little faster if you're a faster reader, all that kind of stuff. But you can also just, you know, after you've done it, if you hit C and you come in here to the collection screen, under campaigns, click on, you know, whatever campaign you're in. Under, well, let's say we're in the Tales of the Champions, right? So we just did spurts and we want to read the story. We can go to the journal and we can actually read through the story. It's all over here with the pictures and everything. So all of those dialogues, you just don't get it, you know, with all of the art and stuff, right? We're now like 420. Plays it for. I think we're going to change this. We're getting to like 420 by the time we hit 360. So our favor, we boosted our favor here is why. So we can go further. Whether that's better or not, I don't know. It might actually be better to figure out exactly where her stuff resets. Max area rush is 52. And so we'd have to go to 260 to get that back. So we might actually want to shorten this up. Hold on. So if we do 275, that might maximize the rushing she's doing. Right? Because we want just 5 per 260. Yeah, 275 is a little bit of buffer. We can make it 265. That should optimize our Thalora. Because we don't, we do have Shandy here. But that's a trade-off. That's a trade-off. We don't have any of it. We didn't bother investing in any of Shandy's speed feeds. We would really want this one. So she ramps up in 10 seconds instead of 30. Doing this without speed potions is... We don't even necessarily... We might have enough speed potions to just be able to do 5 minutes. When you skip levels, do you get gems and stacks for like Chasm, etc. for those levels skipped? Talking about Thalora, you rush and you get whatever's in the boss bag, yes. I want to say, same with Briv, and I want to say that works for Kazran. Basically, it's whatever you would get from a boss bag, and I think she gets her books from the boss bag. There are bugs on 9jump. Only crediting one bug. Yeah. No. The reality is the number of people at 9jump and beyond is small, so they were just thinking about, again, they don't understand how many, you know, they don't understand the whole 9jump thing. They haven't. They're getting better, but at least they gave us a feat for it. But yeah, that kind of stuff probably lower to be fixed. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to do minor edits to this. Characters have just come alive? I don't know what that means. I don't recognize your wall. Some of the most important things to learn of the new player. I've been here for a while. Okay. We're about 30 minutes in, and about 6,000 gems. So we're currently looking at potentially 12,000 gems an hour. Which when we first started gem farming here, we were at just over 9,000 gems an hour. Not today, but when we first moved here to Roots of Low March. So we are seeing consistent progress with item level investment. Push past your wall and go to you can on your biggest you. What tier 1 then? Open a silver chest and look at the pieces until you get past your wall and repeat. This is so much fun. It's cool. Something's and you have to match roll for the same rinse repeat. Okay. So clear always push your goal, push the chat to wish your TPS. Am I trying to get my briv up? No, I'm just trying to boost. We're still working on the regular speed champs. I'm still boosting regular speed champions. And Eliwick. And I mean, the one time I tried to do Briv first, it did not go well. But to be clear, I tried Briv first from like the very beginning. There's an argument that if, like at this point, you know, well, putting him in the rotation isn't even going to help him that much. So you'd have to go all in on him. And even if I had a golden epic Theodinorax here, the amount of item levels needed would be... I feel like we're seeing consistent gains here that are greater than if we were trying to dump this just straight into Briv. He doesn't improve quickly. Okay, weekend boss. It spans 3 weekends. Is true, yes? Yes. The 3 different last rotation. Ocean side. Nope. No. Sure. Let's just get rid of that. just taking that one out. Actually, it's not. It doesn't matter anymore. All right. There's a few feet buys are also in order for you to try. I mean, I've gotten all the ones for the regular ones, for the regular champs, I think. Except for Shandy, but we weren't really using Shandy. Now we kind of are. I think we need to figure out if we could generate enough gems to generate infinite small speed potions for this. Might be worth it. I like a rush to forge up. And it's just, yeah, it just feels like you got to have everything else in place first. Okay, perks and patron. No. Will I dress up for Friday the 13th tomorrow? No. I also won't dress up for Valentine's Day on Saturday. Are you familiar in primary DPS will automatically level up as you can afford it? No. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. That's the wrong button. Okay. Event planning done. I have no more generic updates. Now it's all about... Wait, hold on. Really? Yeah. It's all about champion guides from here on out. Ugh. Ugh. The big grind. 159 guides to be reviewed and updated. So many. So many. I mean, it could be higher than that by the time I'm done with them. Who knows? Yeah, we're not even getting into that today. This whole section here is about potential updates to the champ guides. Do round 3. We're just gonna say champ guide updates. There's some that are specific for certain champions, but then there's gonna be generic ones. No. Event to reward info. Each event for... I haven't been doing that. For all champs. Update. This is for all of them. For all of them. This starts very specific. This needs to be... General. Specifics. Update all taunt. Yeah, I think they changed the wording. Is why I said that. Wait, I have this up here already. Like that. Oh, that was a specific champion, right? Okay. Any of these Groot? Am I duplicating any more? Heroes. Got 2. Okay. Finally managed to soft cap in Vecna. Nice. Run unlock due to you what Raven card? Oh, run unlock is... I can see that. I mean, the run unlock was kind of the first stage of that, and then they did a whole different thing for Raven Guard. And prepping it, like, it's one thing to prep it for one variant and be done, but to spread it across 3 is... To me, that was more painful, but each their own. Wait, there aren't 17 event guides anymore. Oh no. Are my numbers are off? Oh no. I'm off by 5. Wait, did I leave the other old ones in there? Did save myself? I did. I did leave them. I did leave the retired ones up. At some point, I should probably take them down, but it's not going to happen right now. I don't want to have to make 5 guides. Okay. At some point, we will subtract 5 off this, but it'll be after we hit 200. You can't cheese Wrens unlock. There's no cheese for Wrens unlock. You can cheese Windfalls, yeah. Okay, so... I think before we get into this... Yeah, this is all very specific. I think what has to happen first is I have to go into the event champion template. Well, I should look at all the templates. Honestly, core shouldn't have changed. Evergreen shouldn't have really changed. Yeah, because it's not like I'm making new. We're never making new core champion guides. So it just has to have that important stuff. Self DPS buff can go away. Level upgrades goes away. Yay! Yay! Okay. Okay. There was a slight change to that. We'll have to keep in mind when we go through and update things. What is part of the retired event guides? It's links. I mean, they still have links to the champions that originally came in them, but they're more historical archives showing that those events existed, and that's where these, you know, refugee champs came from. Hey, Lediath. But there isn't anything in there specific other than a historical archive of what that event used to contain. Yeah. Lediath, we finished updating the new player reference. It's wild. It was a massive, complete rewrite that was actually too long for Reddit. And I had to cut a section out at the end. It was a very mid-game section. It could go, but I'm upset that I had to cut it out because I needed to save that many characters. Ridiculous. There was no way for me to trim the rest. I could have found the trimming the rest, but I would have been unsatisfied. Yeah. We're currently kind of doing a test to see how many gems per hour this account is running. Patrons. DPS goes away. This looks good. Variant, yeah, theirs is already pretty clean. Okay. Yeah, so here's in each champion guide, here's the thing we were talking about earlier. Not everyone will be able to complete all 4 tiers of event content. This is a progress over time measurement system, lets you know where you are in the power progression arc and potentially what you need to work on to move forward. It will load approximate boss health values at the various stages. Comparing this to your butt will let you know how close or far you are from being able to complete things. That's the only real reference. We give the area goals and stuff, and we give the damage goals. Okay, yeah, this is fine. This didn't need anything changed. All right. So yeah, we will kick in and start doing the individual champion guide updates. I'll just review core champions. First, they tend to not have a lot, and then evergreens, because they tend to not have a lot to update. It's basically, did they get lucky and get a feat recently, like in the last year? That's really all we'd be doing. And of course, there were more different transition styles in the game. The black blinking is kind of getting to me. If I remember correctly, and I may not, the game originally started, I think, with a white flash transition. I can't remember if it was black or white. I think it was white. It was worse. So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, they've talked about it. I mean, they're speeding it up with Diana, right? But they've talked about, people asked for a long time about getting rid of it, and they're like, we can't. That's literally the wipe is covering up the redrawing of the stage. So yeah, just the way the game works, there's always got to be that transition screen. But yeah, I don't know what other kind of way they could do it. Okay, so we know where we're headed with this. We'll start with the core champs, then we'll knock out the evergreens, and then we go through the event champions alphabetically. Again, they're redrawing, so I think the only time they could do a blur is if they're using the same art. Like, there are some times where you're on the set here, we're on the same thing. These are areas that we call quick transition areas, where it's literally the same image. That would be the only thing they could potentially do different. That'd be the only kind of adventure transitions that could change. I don't know if the game, I don't know if the way the game is coded would allow them to change the way it works on those specific places. You can bring that up to the devs on Dev Insights. It's usually on Thursdays, but it's every other week. So next Thursday, you can talk to them about it there. But they haven't talked about the transition screens in a very, very long time. But it used to be a hot topic for years. Yeah, scroll unrolling. Ugh, man. I think I can hear Lurking Rider's potato just baking from here. Something tells me that would fry. It would frying from here. It would fry the potato. Pretty good. Pretty good. Hey folks, if you weren't around yesterday, March is going to be my first ever like subathon month. And currently the idea is to have the goal of being an incredibly high goal of 1,000 subs just during the month of March. New subs like coming in during the month of March would force me to reset my main Idle Champions account and start over again. That account currently has over 34,000 hours of playtime and a 9 jump briv. So that's March. We're gonna call it the March to 1,000 subathon. We are not doing Xander Main. No, that's where does 700 looks like the most crowded? Wait. Oh, you're talking about, oh, that's the gearless. I thought you're talking about the subathon. I was like, what are you talking about? Rude. I still need to fill in these other like kind of every 50 subs type of goals. We've also got like an extra that some people have already queued up for. Because while we were talking about it, they threw down some subs. But dropping 20 gift subs at once, you get to pick a game from my Steam library for me to play for one of my stream days. A game other than Idle Champions, obviously. I'll be posting that list as we get closer to March. Some people already have kind of put in questionable requests. Oh, you're talking about Ren, okay. Currently as bit extras, like if people, you know, here with bits, we've got create a new lizard clip of Gar's choice at 500 and create a new lizard clip of your choice at 1,000, which Lurking Rider did already. No, I'm not going anywhere near that one. The name alone. But then I've actually read some. That one's controversial as hell. There's no way I'm not going near that at all. Yeah. Yeah, so no. Eugenics is an acquired taste. Thanks. There's also at least one person associated with making that game that is like questionable. That shouldn't. Anyway, everybody else can do whatever they want to do. I'm not doing it. Also, I looked into doing like maybe for some of these sub rewards doing giveaways somehow in other countries via Amazon, which is possible. So I just need to figure out what I want to do in here. I also am thinking like if we hit 1,000, we may do another set of goals. Hard to Missive is on the only 1,000 subs, 34,000 hours of progress. That rate is painfully low to me. I hope you hit it and you blow way past it. I mean, I'm not trying to think about it as like somebody did the math yesterday at like, okay, if you were like minimum wage, which I don't even remember what minimum wage is now. Let's just say, you know, $10 an hour. You're talking about 340 grand, right? That's not a thing that's gonna ever happen because that's like, no, that's so far over 100,000 subs. That's just never gonna happen. And doesn't really make sense. It's more of a, you know, I need a goal that's real. It seems realistic to me. That seems somewhat not realistic, but other people are like, "Oh, you should make it higher." And I'm like, I want it. In a sense, I want it to happen. I want it to be something that people think is attainable potentially. So you saying it seems the rate is painfully low tells me you think it's somewhat attainable. But I'm thinking of then going up to like 2,000. So 2,000. I was gonna say get Briv back to 9 jump, right? And then maybe 3,000 is 100% the game. Not including premium content. I mean, those seem like solid stretch goals, right? But then we'd have to fill in stuff in between. 4,000. I mean, sure. Get Briv to 14 jump. Sure. Sure. I don't, you know, I don't think that's realistic. But I really don't think this one's realistic. I don't know. In terms of getting them there in some kind of reasonable amount of time that people would be like, okay, yeah, we got to kind of see what that looked like. I think getting Briv to 9 jump and 100% of the game are things that could happen this year. So, because 14 jump feels like it would be longer. Well, yeah, wait. What am I waiting? What am I waiting on? Are you doing a subathon? I am. In March. Yeah. Because I will hit 200 active guides in March with Raceland's champion guide. That's a great milestone. And then what else? I mean, it feels like that's going to be a time when there's probably going to be lots of new players coming to play the game because Raceland will be a draw. So I figure, hey, we're going to do stuff. Can we increase a clock of time awake? So there are people who do like streams that are just constantly on during subathons. Can't do that. But we could do, yeah, we're not doing non-sleepathons, not at all. But there's people who sleep on, like, they will have the game doing something while they go to sleep. I can't do that because I sleep in this room, and my room will be too hot if I leave it streaming and gem farming, which is what would be going. I wouldn't be able to sleep. I have issues with temperatures keeping me from sleeping. What's the top target? Well, I mean, I had initially made it of reset my account, my main account, to start over, like not from scratch necessarily, because you keep whatever Idle Champions, like CNE makes it so that if they ever reset an account like that, all of the cash purchases you made you keep. And I've spent a lot of money on that account over the years, so that will be a jump start to start afresh again. But that's the big one. And then the stretch goal we're just talking about, potential stretch goals that would be get Briv back to 9 jump, and then 100% the game. I'd have to fill in between, but we'd probably fill in with similar stuff. So yeah, full content percent. That's why I figured that's a good one to have a goal be, right? But I'm thinking, yeah, 100% the game is achievements as well as the collections. Like, you'd be trying to 100% all of these, but not including the premium progress. Let's say premium progress off, right? We would turn that off and try to get all the things that would be 100% without premium progress. That's 100% in the game. So the collections, basically, because the collections includes achievements. So I would have to unlock every champion, yes. I would. But that's why it's a stretch goal. If we don't get to this stretch goal, there's certain champions I just won't unlock on when I redo the account. I literally won't pick up the dead 3 at all. I might not pick up Vola. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, this seems like, I don't know. Do you folks think these are like 9 jump and then 100% the game? Those are good stretch goals, at least. It seems like those would be good achievable like progress for people to follow along towards. Out of this asks, who are the dead three? Xander, Solok, and Vlanya. Solok is in here. I'll show you. Solok is right here in 2. Xander is right here in 5. And Vlanya is right here in 8. Those 3 champions aren't any good, first off. And they won't be getting reworks. Because of things that happen outside of the game by their content creators, CNE will not push any focus onto their champions at all. So, yeah. Well, discussing who you think overall as a champion are as useless that's a whole different conversation. So Brig and Ariza unfortunately are currently affiliated with Vlanya in the game. If they removed the affiliation, I feel like that would open them up to a rework, but I don't know if they're going to do that. Oh, you can't see it anyway. God dang it. Hold on. Forgot that was up here. Solok's right here in 2. Xander's right here in 5. Blonde is right here in 8. Yeah. Swap 9 jump and 100%. I feel like you'd want 9 jump to do the 100%. Wouldn't you? No? 9 jump takes more time? Really? Okay. I don't have a problem with swapping this. All right, we'll do it that way. I just thought it would be easier. Like once you get Briv to 9 jump, the power that you would have accrued on the way there would make it easier. But yeah, we'll not. We'll do it this way. It'll be more realistic for people to watch. Now, at about halfway through, we had so we need like a 1500 and 2500. Halfway through, at 500, I'll dye my beard purple. People were like, dye it rainbow. I'm like, that's too much work, but I could do purple. It's not getting shaved off. That's never happening. That's never happening. But I am open to, rainbow would require, I mean, maybe we could do rainbow up here. Maybe. Either a 1500 or 2500. It would require me to find someone that could do that professionally. I wouldn't be able to do it myself. That's the problem. Oh, no pattern isn't showing now. Okay. Also, we did hit like 15,000 gems. We went about 10 minutes long, but 15,000 gems in an hour-ish. I think we can easily say we're at around 13,000 gems on this account now. Also, dinner time. We're gonna have to end this discussion real quick. But what would the other idea for the other mid goal? They still put the feeds down here. God dang it! I want the feed at the top. Let's do condensed view. I still don't like that either. All right. But whatever. Give me my 25. I don't know what's there. It's less about boring to watch. I mean, we'd be doing other things, and it would always, basically anything we'd be doing, it would always be up in the picture-in-picture window, probably farming. Right. So basically, Artemis says tax for skins and familiars 100% of the game. I don't know, but this would help us submit tickets to get that changed. Also, Elminster may not be possible with certain variants. I mean, we'd try it. We would keep attempting until we got there, right? That's the whole idea. At some point, you may have to just write it off and say it's not doable in the game currently, but we would give it every try we could. Mana Delir, I'll be honest, I would probably go Good Die Young. I did use Manic Panic back in the day. We were talking about this back in my 20s. I would dye my goatee. I would bleach it and dye it. Yeah, I'd probably run Good Die Young. That's, I mean, if you're married, someone who does this, they would know what I'm talking about. Well, I haven't used it in a long time, but Good Die Young is created by Haley Williams, who long-term dyer of their hair does it to this day. I'm just gonna run with their products. You pull off a Celtic face paint, brave friend. Doing that for myself though is challenging. We could think about it. Max says, for me, 100% doesn't mean doing all the variants for patrons. Oh no, I would be trying to do 100. Like I said, from this screen, I would be trying to get everything to 100% on this screen. Again, with premium progress off. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm open to talking more about this, but not right now because it's dinner time. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. Well, there's an ad break on it. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. We can talk more about it. Let's make sure everybody's back from the ad break. Although lots of people are subs now. We have we hit like 140 something subs. 146. Thanks to the gifts yesterday. I don't even know where all these gift subs are going to go if people hit these goals. We're going to have people who've never come in this stream before going, how did I get a sub to this? Sorry about that. Go ahead and stop this. Hold on, we're almost done with the ad break. I should have snoozed it. Oh, wow, and we got like a day and 6 hours left. All right, we're back from the ad break. So into the stream. We'll be back tomorrow. What are we gonna do tomorrow? We finished Cult of the Lamb. I don't know. I will come up with something for tomorrow. Yeah. We have some other games to start. We also already got a couple of game requests in the queue, but we'll probably just we'll try something else out that we haven't started yet. That or maybe it's more Dune. I'm really enjoying Dune lately. But that's gonna be it. And then Saturday morning is the tutorial show. It'll be Grand Revel, obviously. Or 2 talking about Dinar and the Flex Champions we didn't talk about last week. There won't be a Saturday stream on a Saturday afternoon stream this Saturday. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Have a good night. Bye.